What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rad Up All Night. I don't want to make this long. I actually wasn't planning on even coming on tonight. I've been kind of sick all week. So, got sick Monday night, lost my voice completely. So, that totally shut down the YouTube game a little bit here. Finally started to get my voice back last night. Back to work, worked all day today. And I had to kind of cancel some shows this week because of the issue with my voice. Otherwise, I feel fine. It just gets tired. I don't know if it just has to do with a combination of doing shows and what I do for work because I'm constantly, talking and I don't know. But it's been a crazy week. But I did get some stuff in the mail I wanted to unbox, and I figured if I was going to unbox something, maybe I would just come up with a topic that we can talk about and kind of do the best of both worlds and hopefully be on here for no more than an hour. Because again, I want to try to savor my voice as much as possible because I have work the next couple of days. And the big reason was with my schedule, I don't see when the next time I can do this will be. So let me see who's in the house first and I will dial back in. So let's see. Chris over at Movie Misfits. What's up, man? Let me see if I can fix my camera here. It's kind of annoying me. Okay, what's up, man? Antonis, how are you? Holland Oats, what's going on? Blu-ray Addict, what is up? We got in the house here. Punisher Batman fan, what's going on? John Doe Juggalo, what's going on? How are you, my friend? Again, go check out Movie Misfits over there. Horror Collections, what's going on? It's gonna be rated R for real? I mean, at first sight, I was like, ugh. Why are they doing this? I have no interest in this at all. But if it's rated R, maybe I do more now. Thanks, dude. You can kind of hear it's a little bit off. Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate that. Jesse, what's up, dude? All right, I want to get down to business. Now, I've got two packages here I want to start with, and then we'll get into the Arrow video stuff. So, the first one I got was from Vinegar Syndrome. They sent me a little package here. Well, I ordered something. And I don't really remember what I got. I always go through this problem is like, I just feel like I go on there sometimes and just hit buy and I forget like when I ordered stuff and what it is and whatnot. So what's up, Fight the Good Fight? So let's see what I got from Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar. Oh, I remember ordering this now. Okay. I think there's two things in here. Yeah. So I saw somebody online, Jason, who you've seen on this channel before, the prop guy. He posted a picture of these and I said, where did you find those? And he goes, oh, this is brand new from the Vinegar Syndrome sale. They're selling out pretty quick. I was like, what? I was like, I haven't seen these yet. And I love these like little documentaries that they do from like the partner labels. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. So check this out. I'm assuming this is a documentary of some kind of, the Rock-afire Explosion band. I don't have this around me. We had Chuck E. Cheese. We didn't have this. So this is something right up my alley because I absolutely love all this kind of animatronic things here. This is just something I'm totally interested in. And it looks like it's just the story behind the pop phenomenon at Showbiz Pizza. So, I mean, this is like so up my alley. Like I had Chuck E. Cheese. Okay. Showbiz Pizza was one that other people had. We didn't have that around my area, but it's basically the same thing. These were the characters for Showbiz. We had Chucky, who was the mouse, and they're animatronics and they used to play instruments and stuff. So this is kind of the backstory behind all that. And man, this is like so up my damn alley. Now, this is on the Vinegar Syndrome website. AFGA, AGFA. I'm trying to see what that is for. It's I don't know. I can't read it from here, but they do a lot of their partner label stuff. They do a lot of these documentaries. I'm going to say without even watching this, I would highly recommend this. If this is something up your alley, like if you're interested in that old school 80s stuff like this, definitely would jump on this before it sells out because you know how a lot of that stuff goes. They sell out relatively quick. So I wanted to make sure I jumped on it before that thing sold out. And the next one I got, which I just found out a little bit about this, and this is another documentary. It says Everything to Entertain You, and it looks like it's a video store documentary of some kind. And again, I love this. Um, the story of video headquarters. So that looks like a mom and pop shop of some kind. Now, what I did learn is I was on Steelbook Obsessed's podcast last week, and he said that he did an image that was very similar to this like years ago, and they contacted him and said, "Hey, can we use your image and almost recreate it for our cover?" And he said, "Sure." So it looks like this might be an image they took from him and they just kind of made it their own, which I think is a pretty cool little tidbit there. But yeah, it says Everything to Entertain You, the story of video headquarters. I mean, this again is another whole awesome thing. This is in Keene, New Hampshire, which is actually not too far from me, which is kind of wild. Um, so I'm excited for both of these releases. And again, I wanted to get them before they sold out because I knew these were something I definitely wanted to check. And I'm definitely a big collector of their partner label documentaries, big time. And I see some people in the house. Let me see. Joe Reese, what is up? You guys have Chuck E. Cheese in Kentucky. Really, that's so funny because I always thought they had Showbiz over there. Thank you, Horror Collector. I appreciate that. Blu-ray Addict, I'm curious. Yeah, I have no idea. Are they going to release it tomorrow? I'm so out of the loop. I guess I should keep my eyes open then, just on what it is. Like I said, I'm going to try to save my voice, guys, so I won't be able to get to all the questions. But Spicy 4K, what's up, man? Go check out Spicy over there. He's killing it. You had Chucky as well. Yeah, yeah. I used to have a lot of birthdays there. We still have some Chuck E. Cheese here. I mean, they're way different now, but we still have the local one here, but it's changed quite a bit. Now, that was one of my unboxings. I only grabbed 2 things recently from Vinegar Syndrome. I wanted to make sure to grab that before they sold out. The next one is a subscriber unboxing and also a fellow YouTuber unboxing. So this person is a subscriber. They watch the show and they also have a YouTube channel. I think their YouTube channel is relatively new. And again, guys, it goes back. And this is crazy because I've really you're going to see a lot more of these unboxings because people have been reaching out to me a lot lately about sending me things. And it's mostly things that they've heard me talk about on the channel and they say, "Hey, I have this. Do you want it? I'll send it over." And I always say to people that do that, listen, I'll do a live unboxing if you send that over. Just again, it's the least I can do. I know what's in here, but it's the least I can do. And I, give them a shout out and whatnot because it's just super generous, super cool that you guys are watching the content and thinking of me when it comes to certain things I'm talking about. And to be honest, what's so wild about this was I didn't even talk about this on my show. I think I was on somebody else's show. I was in the chat. Who was it? It might've been Piz, maybe. Somebody was talking about Anchor Bay and they were talking about the tins. And I think I posted a comment and I'm saying "Oh, I'm missing one" or whatever. Well, he saw my comment and then reached out to me and said, "Hey, I have the one you're looking for. If you want it." So this is his YouTube name is Dream Emulator, and I believe his name is Matt. So guys, go check out Dream Emulator on YouTube. He does all similar stuff. He's big into horror. He's big into physical media. I think he's pretty new to the YouTube game, as far as I know. I have seen his content. I'm a subscriber to him as well. So this was really, really cool that he thought of me and saw what I said and said, "You know what, I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants it." I'm like, "Of course I do." it's super cool. Like it's not something that's super rare. It's not something that's super expensive, but I would still have had to hunt it down and find it and get it. But the fact that he sent this, and I don't know if there's anything else in here at all. So I'm just gonna see. This is, like I said, I know. Okay. All right. So check it. Check it. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, there he is. He's right here. Go check him out on YouTube, guys. Go check him out. Like I said, this is the dude who sent me this thing, and I could not be more appreciative. Oh, and there's a note. Should I read the note? It says, "Hey, Garrett, thanks for all the great content and being such a rad dude. Still can't believe I just randomly found this after you mentioned you were looking for it." And then it says, "All the best, Matt, aka Dream Emulator." Matt, thank you, dude. This rad community, I'll tell you, is just firing on all cylinders, man. Like I said, I have more stuff coming. It's like I was gonna wait and not open this and be like, I know some other people had said they'd sent me something. Maybe I'll wait and just do a big thing. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just add these and sprinkle these into my lives that I do, the late night ones, because it's always cool. And that is the classic Anchor Bay tin set for Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, aka what is it, Manchester Morgue? It's something else, something at Manchester Morgue. But this is awesome, man. I own the Manchester Morgue 4K Blu-ray DVD. I own this on Anchor Bay DVD, but I never owned the tin. And I think that was why the Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. It says right here. And I think that's why I never went and grabbed the tin, just because I have this actual exact DVD. So it never was something that like I really wanted, but I'm also a huge Anchor Bay mark and a completionist, so it was always something that kind of was like a box that I wanted to check, but I just never had enough like oomph to get it. But this is awesome, man. Like this really is super rad. And like I said, these are cool additions. Now that I have all of these, I'm going to eventually do like a full Anchor Bay archive talking about all of them. And it comes with little cards, and these were just really cool at the time. It's got a book, and like Anchor Bay was just doing some crazy shit back then, man. Like, look at this. It's got like a toe tag. That's super cool. And then inside you've got the disc here. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. And what's even crazier is come to find out that Matt, aka Dream Emulator, like we live so close to each other. Like we're in the same state. Like think about how much of a small world that is, that we live so close. It's crazy. I'm finding more and more people that are involved in this community and YouTubers that are from the area. Like, I mean, I just started doing collabs at PVD Horror. Like I've known Dave from PVD Horror since we were teenagers, but I never knew he even liked horror. And we kind of didn't really, we kind of had different cliques that we hung out with. And then come to find out we were both really into this stuff. And then we saw each other, like, what the hell? So now we're like good buddies. And it's really cool. And with Matt being local as well, like we definitely have to do more like community collabs and do more community events. And PVD Horror does a lot of events in the area. And it would just be cool if we all just kind of did a big meetup there and stuff, because it just seems like there's a lot more people that are into this stuff around my area, where I literally like thought I was one of the only ones. I thought everybody else was from Kentucky or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to kind of scroll through the chat really quick. Like I said, I'm not going to get it to everybody because I'm trying to save my voice. I've got work. I got to work this weekend too. So, Dynamite Tiger, love the whole community. Killer Pizza, what's up, man? Yeah, community is the best. Dude, yeah, for real. For real. Like I said, and a lot of it's not like junk, right? It's thoughtful stuff. What up, kid? Tiana Scratch, what's up? All right. Let me see. UB is not feeling well. Is that true? He's sick too? Interesting. There he is, the man of the hour. Um, UB was in Beetlejuice. What? Oh, did I tell you? Did they say that story? Did I tell you that story? Um, I don't have it on me, but if you guys ever seen like the cards, it's got like my logo on one side, it's got Dead Pit's logo on the other side. My son like watched a little bit of Beetlejuice once. This was like a couple years ago. This is when he was like 3 or 4, maybe. And he saw the card laying there and he grabbed it and he says, "Hey, this is the guy from Beetlejuice," and pointed to Uncle Bill. Is that what you're talking about? Or is it just random that you said that? Because I don't think I've ever told that story. Um, Killer Clowns 4K. I'm hearing Scream Factory's bringing it out. Am I going to buy it? Probably. I'm almost kind of hoping they do a steelbook with that original poster art on it, just because I have the Arrow one. So to get something really totally different would kind of be more of an incentive for me to get it. What up, Devin? How are you, man? Um, Dude, I appreciate that. Who wouldn't, right? Who wouldn't? All right, now he's just going. Poor guy's just going nuts. Oh my god, that's cool, man. Where and what area, dude? Tell me about it, man. I hear you, dude. Oh my god. Um, I am visiting Florida in October. Yes, it'll be a family thing, so I don't have a lot of time to kind of meet up with anybody because I would love to meet up with Tabano Vision. He lives in Florida, but I just don't know if it's gonna end up happening or not. Noise Lou, did he did he say that tonight? That is so funny. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. All right. So what I wanted to talk about really quick, and this wasn't going to take a long time, and I wanted to find something that I could do live, chat about really quick. It wouldn't take a lot of time, but there was at least some meat to this stream, right? And everything I do for a reason. Now, was this planned? I like to plan my shows months, like a month ahead. This wasn't planned, but it kind of flows with things that we're talking about. So the last stream I did, I talked about mall horror, and I talked about this. I've been talking about this a lot lately. This is actually what I talked about on Steelbook Obsessed podcast. Is my love for this release? Okay, this release of Fan of the Mall from Arrow Video was beyond anything I think anybody, including the people who made this movie, ever thought this movie would get this kind of treatment. Limited hard box, 3 cuts of the film, looks better than anybody ever expected it to look, and in my opinion, I've grown a bigger appreciation for this movie. I always kind of liked it, but the DVD was so crappy looking, and the post art for this movie was so junky that it always just kind of fell to the wayside. Like it was like, oh, that's kind of good, but there was nothing about it that made me always want to revisit it. Well, when this came out and I saw how clean it looked, and with this new artwork and all that stuff, like this was just a hell of a release. Now, what got me thinking is, Arrow Video, they're usually doing big name stuff. Last House to Left, Hills Have Eyes, Reanimator, Killer Clowns, the stuff most people know. But when they gave this such a cool release, um, I thought to myself, you know what? What else is cool about Arrow? And not all these releases are this stacked, but they're giving us a lot of cool, underappreciated slasher movies, like hidden slashers, ones that I had never seen before up until now, or maybe I hadn't seen since VHS. And to be honest, some that I don't think a lot of people have ever seen, and they kind of slipped under the radar. So what I wanted to do is I have a bunch. Most I've watched. I think a couple I haven't, but I wanted just to showcase you guys because Arrow always has sales and people always ask me, what should I get? What should I get? Well, if you're into slasher movies, now some of these could be sold out. I don't know. But if you're into slasher movies, this could be something that you guys would appreciate. Maybe you haven't seen these movies, but all of a sudden I'm like, hey, they have this available. They have this available. This is one no one ever talks about. Then you guys might be interested in it. First one I'm going to showcase is one that I've heard a lot of people talk about. They talk about it a lot around Thanksgiving. And that is a little slasher called Blood Rage, which is a real cool movie. It takes place on Thanksgiving. Not many movies do that. So it's really, really cool. I don't want to give a lot away, but it's a fun ass slasher movie. And if you haven't checked out Blood Rage, they did put this out. I assume it's probably available, at least without a slipcover for sure. But I don't know if this is ever going to get re-released again. I mean, I don't think it's top of mind for many people, but I don't know. I think it's one you guys should see. It's about these two twins, and it takes place on Thanksgiving. So I'm sure people that have seen it are gonna talk highly of it. It seems like once people check out, they're actually like, you know what, I kind of really did like that movie. And watching these slasher movies in this high quality to me changes everything. You begin a little more appreciation for them because they're just so clear. You can see them really well and whatnot. So um and I'll get back to the chat in a minute. I just want to keep going through some of this stuff. I see Matt. What's up, Phantasm Matt? Um, Phantom Reese was coming a mile. Yeah, have they? No, no, not even close. I don't think. No, and I thought for sure after this sold really quickly, I'm like, they're gonna do a little. I bet they start going a little Vinegar Syndrome route where they're gonna take these unknown stuff and give them all this special treatment. But it seems like that's really the only one that I know of that they did that for. That was that low key, right? Because I mean, again, you're talking Conan, Wild Things, like they've done a lot of higher end stuff. Um, but yeah, I think Blood Rage is definitely one to check out. Now, the next one is a real cool 80s slasher movie. It's very, very cool, actually. And I like this one a lot. And I remember having this on like a bootleg because I think it was very hard to get on DVD, if available at all. And that is The Mutilator, aka Fall Break, which is a real cool movie. I think this has I'm not going to say this is universally loved, but I think most people that have seen this like it. But I do think there's some people that are like, that movie's junk. But I really like Mutilator a lot. So this is another one that they put out that I highly recommend checking out. Let me see if the Fall Break post is on the inside. Yeah, so this is the original title, and it's part of like their reversible artwork. It says Fall Break. Um, so yeah, I mean it's definitely one that I would highly, highly recommend. All right, let me see what people have. What's up, Hagen K? I see you in there. Joe Reese asks, "What do I think?" I'm kind of torn on it. I'm kind of torn on it, a little bit. Like I think Skarsgård's good, and I'm like, well, if they're gonna remake it, who else would have been a better choice? Do I like the look? I don't know. I don't know what else I was expecting. So I'm kind of fine with it, but at the same time, I just don't know if we need a Crow movie, to be honest with you. And I see a lot of people that are shitting on it, but then I see the people that are defending it being like, "Oh no!" And this is like a defense mechanism I think a lot of people have when it comes to the changes when it comes to certain things. They're like, "No, he didn't want to look like Eric Draven from the movie. This was they're taking it straight from the comic book." So again, I'm not a comic book guy, so I can't say yay or nay about that. But it always seems like that's the route that people will take if something is kind of getting shit on. But hey, maybe it's true. I don't know. I'm gonna see it. But I'm kind of partial on it, really. If there was never a Crow remake, I wouldn't have cared at all. Um, uh, I've been doing the tea and the honey and all that junk. Oh, the Fall Break song's killer. Oh yeah, I heard he was in that. I haven't seen anything about that. Um, that's what I said that to somebody the other day. I said, "This is." I showed him the picture. I said, "This is Finn Balor." I'm part of like a group chat. I think I said, but then I also said the group chat is for the Rad Pack Halloween special. I'm dressing up as that crow this year, so be ready. Yeah, it's a great poster. Um, well, I'm way lost. Hold on. Do I consider Chud a Home Alone prequel? I don't know. I've never heard about it. Oh, what's up, Blast from the Past Collectibles? Go check him out over there. He's heading something's coming. He's sending me something. I love it. Thank you, my man. I did not. I'm not a I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Criterion collector. So if I see something I really want, I'll get it. If not, it's just not something in my wheelhouse that I focus on at all. And I'm sure I'm missing out on 1,000 things that everybody's gonna say are great, but I've got enough shit that I'm behind on. So I don't buy a lot of Criterion stuff. Dead Pit, we're talking about malls tonight. They're jumping on the mall horror train. Hashtag mall horror. We'll just remember where that came from. And speaking of that, at the end of this little slasher thing, I'm going to tell you my next hashtag subgenre that we're going to start talking about soon. Oh yeah, I do too, Matt. I actually have the Fall Break one signed. And I don't know if that's the one you have because I know he was doing like a little sale on his site a long time ago, and I ended up snagging one of those Fall Breaks. That is so funny. Gus, what's up? I love Bloodhook. I love Bloodhook. Of course I have. I've got that awesome Vinegar Syndrome blue. What's up, Ela? TJ, what up? All right. The next one we're going to talk about is one that Arrow put out that was stuck on VHS forever. And I know when they put this out, they did give it a little bit of love because I think they had like alternate slip covers and all this other shit. And that is Edge of the Axe. Look at this. Look at that. Looks like a cross between Jason and Black Rain. I think that's what his name was, or Seven, or whatever Goldust's name was in WCW. That's what this guy looks like. But they gave it a cool addition. It says it's got a sticker. It says it takes a lot of guts to make a movie like this. So Edge of the Axe is another one that, again, very low key slasher that Arrow gave some love to. And look at it, just really has a cool look. It really feels very VHS looking. So man, hand it to Arrow for giving some life to some of these underrated slasher movies. And like I said, if you like slashers and you're checking this out live or on the replay, Arrow Video has some real cool ones that you should add to your collection. Yeah, what's up, man? Oh yeah, that's for sure. I have that. That's one I definitely grabbed for sure. All right, the next one is a newer, like it only came out a couple of years ago, I think last year. And this was another one that, in my opinion, has never looked better. And I grew another big appreciation for this slasher movie because I had it on DVD. It looked so bad that I think I watched it once and then just forgot about it. And that is Hell High. Definitely one to check out. I mean, I'm trying to think, would I call this necessarily yeah, I guess I could say it's a slasher for sure. It's kind of like a revenge flick, but another great addition by Arrow for this Hell High. Looks great. Low key. I think you guys should check this out. I thought this was great. I thought this was better than I ever remembered it being after I watched this. And Killer Pizza agreed. He was shocked on how good Hell High was. I agree with you totally. What's up, Anthony? What's up, my man? Go check out Anthony. Love that dude. Hopefully I see you this year, man. So that's Hell High. Another one I highly recommend grabbing it next time you see a little Arrow sale. Like I said, you can really stock up on some underrated slashers, and a lot of these that I'm going to talk about, I never even owned on DVD. I don't even know if they had DVDs. This next one, personally, I didn't love this. I thought I was going to like this more. Maybe I have to rewatch it again. And I'm not going to even say this is like a standard slasher, but there's slasher elements to it. And that's Deadly Games. This is a relatively newer release. Like they only put this out like within a year ago. So let me know, anybody in the chat, what you guys think of Deadly Games. Am I totally crazy when I say like this wasn't that great? Or are people going to tell me like, dude, that is fantastic? And if you guys love it, maybe I will give it a rewatch. But I remember when I watched it for the first time, I was like, meh. Well, I thought it was going to be a lot better because I had never seen it up until this release. But let me know what you guys think about Deadly Games. Maybe it's something again, I've talked about this before. A lot of times when I'm trying to watch some stuff, I'll be like doing like 10 other things and I'll sometimes have to rewatch things to really get it. But for some reason, I just felt like Deadly Games didn't with me. Anybody have anything to say about Deadly Games? And guys, we have about 70 people in here right now. We're streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I can't see it from here, so I don't know how many likes are, but guys, let's try to get 50 at least. So hit that like button. I'm going to throw up the banner right now so you guys remember. And subscribe to the channel if you're not. If you're watching the replay or live, feel free to share the stream out to let people know that we're having a little party over here for a little bit. Hit that like button. We now have over 70 people in here. And go hit a subscribe over to the Rad Pack. That's my podcast. And we're on the audio platform, Spotify, iTunes, Apple. We also are on YouTube. So go check that out because we do have 2 really cool shows coming this March. We're going to do our Leprechaun rankings, which is always fun because there's 3 of us. So we each have different rankings. So that's always a fun time. Of all the Leprechaun movies, it's been a long time since I've gone back and watched all of those. I've seen the first one quite a bit, but that's about it. The other ones I haven't seen in a very long time. So this month, my goal is to rewatch all those suckers. And then at the end of the month, we're going to do a real cool stream talking Bad Neighbors. It's going to be talking about horror movies that have to do with bad neighbors. So neighborhood killings, suburbs. So things like The Burbs, Fright Night. You're going to see Summer of '84. We're going to talk about all those type of movies, which is going to be a great one because that's a little subgenre that I absolutely love. So, wow. Hit that like button, Anthony said. We got to get those likes up there. I should start doing something at the end. Like if we get a certain amount of likes, I'll do a little bonus thing or something. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Suburban horror. It's gonna be fun. No, it's not as good as that. That's for sure. So here's the thing. I'm on Twitch, but I'm under Rad Pack. So the Rad Pack has a Twitch channel if you guys want to sub over there. So when I do this, I'm streaming live from the Rad Pack channel. What is it? I don't know if I have that. Vagrant. Is not Vagrant? That's how it's spelled. I'll look it up. Because I've been diving into some of those lately too, getting ready. So I found some good ones. Thank you, man. I'm excited for it too. Sweep the like button. No mercy. Thanks, Joe. All right. Now, the next one we're going to talk about, this one I feel like sold out quick, or at least the slipcover did. And that is a movie that I've wanted for a long time. And I don't think it ever had a DVD. And it was The Prey. So I just remember this VHS. Like this VHS was everywhere. So it had a different cover. Let me see if it's got a different cover in here. No, that's a different cover too. Neither of these are the cover I remember from being a kid. But this is a cool movie, guys. I don't know if you guys like The Prey, but I really like this a lot. But I don't know if this is available anymore. It's got 2 cuts of the film on it, director's cut, theatrical cut. I would hunt down Prey for sure. You know what? I haven't seen Meet the Applegates in a long time, and I know there's other movies like Parents and Neighbors and stuff. Like these are all things I got to kind of look into. Serial Mom, like there's so many of these that we're trying to break down to just at least. I don't want to do more than 10. So I know we can find 10, but I mean there could be 15 out there. But I think we're gonna pick like a top 10. What up, Jen from the I Like Scary fam? Thank you for coming in and popping in and checking this out. That's awesome, dude. I'd love to have you peeps from that show pop on over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, John Doe Juggalo. I don't know what this is that you're showing me here, but hopefully it's cool. What's up, Nathan? I see you in here. All right. The next one is another one. We just talked on the Rad Pack podcast about Valentine versus My Bloody Valentine, the Valentine's Day slasher movies, but there's one that we didn't talk about, and it's pretty cool. It's called Lover's Lane. So, if you guys are into Valentine's Day horror, Valentine's Day slashers, you wanna check out Lover's Lane, and a lot of people were asking us about this, and I said, maybe we should do, like, a Lover's Lane versus my Bloody Valentine remake or whatever, and then we'll do kind of like the winner goes against My Bloody Valentine, something like that. So, I do believe this came out in the late '90s as well. Let me just confirm that. Can't see no, '99. So this came out before Valentine, which is pretty interesting. So Lover's Lane is one that if you like holiday horror, holiday slashers, I would snag that. Oh, Killer Pizza. You'd love Prey. All right, here's a cool one. Um I think she was secretly bummed. What up, Vanderhoff? All right. This is a cool one. I like this one. Girls Night Out. Another Arrow video slasher. We've got a killer teddy bear. Guy dressed in a bear outfit with claws. I mean, how can you not want to see that? I mean, that to me is pure 80s right there. These girls are at a party. There's this teddy bear with claws chasing after them. And it's got a cool cover too, like the slip cover. It's got that VHS look on the back. Very, very cool. Now look at the claws too. See how they're kind of like shiny? Very awesome addition by Arrow. Um, this is one I would definitely hunt down. Like I said, can you get these with slip covers? I don't know, but hopefully these are available. And next time they do a sale, you guys can kind of pile up on some of these unknown slasher movies and stuff. Super, super cool. Um, I mean, here's the thing, guys. If anybody has Twitch, I don't go on there. I don't even know how many people follow us over there. I never go on. The only reason I have that going is to build up a base over there. Like, even if it's all of you and you say, hey, we're going to subscribe, because then eventually we can do watch alongs over there and not get dinged on YouTube for showing the movie. So if we have a little bit of a following over there from YouTube or not, it's an avenue that we're interested in taking in the future where we can do like real watch alongs with like me and Mel and Justin and even Deadpit and all that, where we can do it for real and you guys can watch it right on the computer because the rules on Twitch are a little bit different. So if you have Twitch, go follow the Rad Pack over there. Just again, if we ever decide to do that, if we see we've got some followers, then we'll do it and everybody can just jump over there and do it with us. So I have not grabbed Nightmare from Severin, Anthony. I do have Nightmare on DVD already, so I'm on the fence about if I'm going to grab it or not. I think I'm going to have to really just look at my DVD and see how bad it is. Um, all right. I like both of them actually. Yes. So the next one is kind of like a winter slasher, and it is Chill Factor. Look at that cover. How cool is that? That's something you would have seen on the VHS shelf back in the day at the video store. Chill Factor. It says, just when you thought it was safe to go back to the slopes. Cool. I would highly recommend again. It's just, I like these slashes that take place in these different environments, like in the snow and stuff. Like, very, very cool. What's up, Steve? What's up, Nick? I see you guys popping in. My voice is shot, so I can't answer everybody tonight. But again, it's another one that you guys should check out. And the same thing with this one. Chill Factor and this next one, I never even knew anything about these until Arrow put these out, which again, to me, my DVD collection is so gigantic. I was buying everything horror that I could get my hands on back then. And I didn't own any of these. So to me, it's either they just were hard to get or they didn't exist on DVD. And this was the first way they were available since VHS. Um, and that is Trapped Alive. Look at that. It's hard to see for some reason on my screen. I think I'm focused and this isn't. But Trapped Alive, and see if it says anything. It says there's Evil Underground. Trapped Alive. Now, I do remember watching this, but I don't remember this one that much. So it's hard for me to remember exactly what's the deal with this, but it's, I think, I don't remember now this one. I really don't. This came out a couple of years ago, and I'm trying to see when this movie came out. 88. So if anybody has anything to say about Trapped Alive, I can't remember much about this one. Oh, it's a Christmas horror movie? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. See, I didn't remember that at all. That's great to know. Because around the Christmas, it'll be a new one I can check out for sure. Am I checking out? Am I gonna buy? I don't know. I haven't bought a CD in a long time. Not in a long, long time. All right. The next one is a cool one. It's called Slayer. Look at that. Killer image here. Slayer. This came out in 1981. So here's one I would definitely take a look at as well. So we get tons of cool stuff they're doing. I've only got two more to talk about on here, and then I'll kind of tell you where the next little subgenre I want to take it to after mall horror. So the next one is going to be, this one is a little bit more known to most people, but it's still, if they don't know it, they should find it. And that is Alice, Sweet Alice. Very, very cool. You got like a young Brooke Shields in here. So very, very cool movie. I mean, I haven't seen this in quite a while. I did have the DVD. As you can see, this isn't even opened yet. So I haven't seen this Blu-ray yet, but this was always a favorite of mine. I remember buying this mask after I saw this for the first time, really digging it. But I haven't checked out the Blu-ray, which I think it's probably going to look great because the DVD was like subpar quality that this one got. But they also had a couple DVDs, I think, of this one as well too. So, but Alice, Sweet Alice is a really good movie. It really, really is. And to be honest, I should rewatch this because this could kind of be considered like a Bad Neighbors, really, in a way. So I should probably check this out again and decide if that's going to fit in what we're going to be doing on the show or not. But very, very cool movie. Let's see. People are giving Alice, Sweet Alice a lot of love. A lot of love. Oh, cool, man. I would recommend watching it. Those are both great, actually. They're not on this list because I wouldn't consider them slashers, but they're both good. I have one more, and this one is cool too. Very, very cool. Boom. Deadly Manor. Very, very cool movie. I'm trying to see when this came out. 89? Yep, 89. This is cool, guys. If you guys haven't seen Deadly Manor, I would check this one out too. Very, very cool stuff. Love that movie. Love that movie. My sister-in-law is in here. Marissa, what is going on? She's working on a movie right now. So she's up late doing that. So what's up there, kid? Have I seen Scaremaker slipcover? I do remember when they did that alternate slip. I don't have it, but I remember when they did it. Yes. Which cover? Oh, this one, Alice, Sweet Alice. That's not the cover I know. But yeah, this is the one they use. But this isn't the real cover art. Let me see if they have the original art in here. I'll open it now, and let's see if the original art is inside, or at least the original art that I know and love. So I mean, yeah, like I would rather have this original art in here. Let me flip it. Okay, this is the artwork I know and I remember. So if you guys see this, you might be like, "Ah, yeah, I remember that image. Look at that, classic." Boom, Alice, Sweet Alice. That's the image I want to use. Let's keep that one there. So very, very cool. So let me take a look here. All right, gang. So that is That is a quick little rundown on some slasher, some underrated, kind of hidden slasher movies that Arrow's done. Now, maybe there's more that I don't have, but I usually try to grab these things every time I see that they're releasing a slasher movie from the 80s that I don't own or I haven't seen. And they do a real good job doing that. And there are a lot of other Arrow video titles that I have that aren't necessarily slashers, but they're very under the radar type of horror movies. And I think that as much as they do these big titles, what I like about Arrow is they will, or they used to, give a lot of these smaller titles a chance. And I don't know, I feel like they haven't done that too much lately because when they're announcing all this stuff, it's always big boxes of like these big movies. Like this last announcement, like they're all very mainstream stuff. So I hope they didn't forget about some of these lower grade titles and still give us a lot of these. So if you guys are fans of slasher movies, like I said, next time Arrow Video does a sale, here's some that you can look for if you've never seen them. Because I'm going to be honest, besides Deadly Games, I say all of these are definitely winners in my opinion. And I could have been wrong on Deadly Games, but that's the only one in here that I can say I know for a fact that I didn't really enjoy. But I'm a slasher guy. I like the genre. I like that subgenre. Now, with that being said, I just recently did a show, Mall Horror, which you guys kind of talked me into because it was so out of the left field, but it was different. And I love mall aesthetics. I love horror, 80s horror movies. So let's bring it all together and talk about some of that stuff. Well, the next one I want to talk about, and you guys can help me this too, like leave in the comments after this video, in the comments if there's anything that I should look for, because I do have some, but there are also some that I may have been missing out on. Now that's going to be fitness horror or workout horror. So basically horror movies that take place at fitness centers or gyms. So for instance, we know Toxic Avenger is one. One of my favorites is Death Spa, Killer Workout. Like these are the ones that I'm going to talk about. For my love for fitness, love for horror, bring them together. We get this new little subgenre, fitness horror. And I'm going to love to talk about that stuff. And there's a new movie that I'm going to get called Murder Size. And I'm going to specifically buy it just to watch it for this show. Because I don't know anything about it. I like looked at a trailer and I'm like, okay, it's kind of like what I'm going to talk about. So let me get this so at least I can talk about it. It's relatively new. It seems kind of low budget, but again, a lot of these movies from the 80s were low budget too. And I love them. So again, we're going to talk about movies that take place in fitness centers and horror, and we're going to mash them together and we're going to get a little fitness horror. Now, let me know down below in the comment section if there's any other fitness related horror movies that you guys know that maybe I don't. So I can look them up, maybe check them out, and then do that in March at some point on one of these late Rad Up All Night streams. So I'm excited for that. And Dream Emulator, Matt says the same thing. I love Death Spa. If you guys have not seen Death Spa, there's a Blu-ray out. Don't know if it's out of print, but I freaking love it. Love it so much. So I would definitely look that up for sure. And guys, I would love to hang out with you guys more. It's under an hour, which I'm just happy to get in, get out. Showcase this stack of Arrow stuff, all these slasher movies, all these hidden slasher movies, and then the unboxings for my Vinegar Syndrome and that awesome, rad unboxing from Matt over at Dream Emulator. Make sure to go check him out. He's in the chat. And guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not. I'm going to try my best to get on here again before the weekend is up. And this is Garrett at Born to be Rad. And like always, stay